Today on What's Next.
You want to create a game for kids in your mid-60s?
Yes, non-violent game for kids in my 60s. It needs to get out to kids all over the world.
Standard technology, we're mostly designed by 30-year-olds for 30-year-olds. What if we design something explicitly for this awesome age group?
Hello and welcome back to Growing Boulder's What's Next. I'm Mark Middleton, ready to explore more of the many ways we can all help make the rest of our lives the best of our lives. Today we're going to focus on the power of digital technology as we disprove the belief that only young people are capable of using the latest tech to solve problems and to enrich their lives. So let's bring in the GB storytelling team, tech wizards all. Well, maybe not so much, but we're all up for the challenge. We've got Amy Sweezy, Bill Schaefer, and Cecily Wilson all ready to dig in. And Bill, go ahead, get the stereotype smashing started. What have you got for us today?
All right, I'm bringing the hammer, Mark. And you know what I'm going to smash first for everybody? You don't need to be a tech wizard to take advantage of technology. And here's what I'm talking about. One of the hottest new video games out there. You've probably heard of it. It's called Guardians of Peace. Now get this, it was created not by a developer, not by a gamer, not even by a company, but by Debbie Petrie, a 64-year-old grandmother who sometimes struggles just using her phone. So how did she do it? Well, to really make a difference, it's not what's in your mind as much as what is in your heart when there's something you really want to change.
I really got tired of all the violence in the world. This is really how it came about. Mostly our children going home and getting guns and going back to school and shooting their friends. And this story just came out of me about a child who goes through life fighting the evils of the world, and not just the outside evils, but also the things that we don't like about ourselves. Jealousy and really fear. Those are not good things for us. And I keep getting this nagging feeling it needs to get out to kids all over the world. And I keep getting this feeling that it needs to be an app or something like that, because that's what the kids are into.
So you're how old?
64. I told you not to tell people that. Yes, I'm 64.
And people aren't telling you there's no way you can pull this off? You want to create a game for kids in your mid-60s?
Yes, many. Non-violent game for kids in my 60s. Yeah, not going to happen, Debbie.
But Debbie Petrie does not give up. A friend introduced her to a video game designer who worked on Pokemon and Fortnite, and he loved the idea. And after 2 years of development and a sizable financial commitment, Guardians of Peace was released, first as an app, but then on PlayStation and Xbox.
The game has been rated an A+ game. The graphics are amazing. So they did that for me. I'm here out spreading the word that I have this message. So you got to remember something. The game is basically for 6 to 12-year-olds. So I'm really speaking more to the parents with this than the children. I'm speaking to the parents and saying, listen, you can't be buying your kids these violent video games, and that was a big thing for me. I really wanted to give them an alternative to that, and I'm really trying to make the game really cool.
Okay, let's go look for those darklings and deal with them once and for all.
And dealing with them doesn't mean killing them.
No, it means teaching them how to be
reaching out to them.
Yes, reaching out and teaching them how to be better human beings and kind. And I didn't want anybody to die. So what I also wanted to teach the children is that even if you come up something that's bad or not nice, you can turn them around to become a better person. The Darklings, they're not doing nice things, but when he sends them energy,
they join us.
They turn into nice human beings again.
How did you do that?
So what do you want the rest of us to understand about age?
I want you to understand about age, there is nothing that you cannot do if you believe in it. If you believe in it, I just think as human beings, it doesn't matter at the age, but especially at our age, because we have all this knowledge of stuff. So why can't you? Like, if you believe in it and you put in the work, there's nothing you can't do. It's not the time to sit back and say, I'm just not going to do anything. I think this is the time to say, I am going to do so much more.
Well, when you put it like that, you know what? She's right. Debbie Petrie kind of laying down the challenge there. She found a great way to make a difference, and if she can do it, I don't know, maybe we can do so much more. So what do you think, Mark? When it comes to solving problems, is there anything that's more powerful than combining the wisdom of age with all of this technology that's out there?
It's a great story, Bill, very inspiring. Obviously, the potential is unlimited, but I do think Debbie nailed it when she said that it requires belief, and then you got to put in the work. And here's the problem, and the challenge is that I think as we get older, there are more and more naysayers in our lives. There's dream killers, and most of us will give up immediately if anybody tells us that our idea is no good or we're not talented enough to pull it off, which is why we need to be encouragers with one another.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to piggyback off of that, Mark, because there's so many dream killers, and I love what she said, that if you just have the power to believe in what you want to do, just go for it, because that really is the motivating factor. That's the difference between doing it and not, because that's the only thing that holds us back. It's like, oh, maybe I can't. Someone said that I couldn't. Maybe it's too hard. No, drown that out, kill the naysayers, and keep it moving.
Yeah, I think when I was young, you think that you can do anything, right? And I don't know if it's because you're naive or, because you just don't know any better, but you just feel like nobody's going to stop me. If I want to do it, I'm going to do it. Not my parents won't stop me. My friends won't stop me. And I think as we get older, you're right. We start to get that attitude of, and you start wondering even more what people think. And it really should be the opposite.
And look who's creating these games, right? It's tech people. So they may come up with something that looks really cool or blows up really good, but those games, they come and then they go. The kids get bored with them. What makes you stick with something? It's the storytelling, it's the characters, it's what you've learned, it's the experience, and that only comes from people who've been around the block for a few times and kind of get what life's about.
It's a great point, Bill. Everything comes down to storytelling these days. And isn't it funny, guys, that at least people my age, we all told our kids not to game because, it is violent and it can become obsessive. But now there's been this complete 180 because we're telling older adults that gaming can enrich their lives. Kids are telling us that we need to game because it provides social interaction. And I really do believe it has the potential to be one of the greatest intergenerational connectors of all time. So I guess the question is, do you guys game at all? Do you play with your kids?
Well, I like to watch my kids because my kids definitely love playing video games. But I was going to bring up, we did the Boulder X games a few months ago and had a competition on Twitch. And we put the generations together and had older adults with younger people playing these games against each other. And when we did that, I thought it was a little strange. But I tell you what, my son and I watched together. He's a teenager and plays video games all the time. And it really was a bonding time for us, an experience for us to do together, where he could explain it to me and tell me the things I didn't get and didn't understand, and it was kind of nice for him to be able to teach me something.
And you know what, didn't we say the same thing about movies? Didn't we say the same thing about, again, this goes all the way back to the Three Stooges, where we told the kids don't watch because they're too violent, but then after we kind of get used to the medium and we understand what it's all about, to sit side by side with your kid and watch a great movie or a great old TV show. These are bonding experiences, and if we don't reach out and meet them on their home base, where their comfort zone is, we're never going to reach them in meaningful ways. Welcome back to What's Next as we continue to look at opportunities and ways that older adults are using new technology to improve their lives, make a difference, and who knows, even change the world. And it's why we invite you to check out the Growing Boulder Digital Digest online. And Growing Boulder magazine, every issue features the latest in tech trends and how they tie in to lifelong learning. Everything from social gaming to online fitness to some pretty cool apps to help you find everything from inner peace, and just about anything else that you can think of. All you need to do to have access to it all is become a Growing Boulder insider, and best of all, there is no charge. It is free. So give it a look at growingboulder.com/ canva.com/signup. All right, guys, let's share a little bit of personal, lifelong learning right now. Who wants to talk about, I don't know, an app or a... Can I ask the question first, Cecily?
Who wants to talk?
Go ahead. What? No. Let's. I'm not sure what you wanted to say. I hope I don't steer you the wrong way. But let's talk about an app or a new piece of technology that has impacted your life lately, Amy. No, let's go to Cecily.
Oh, pick me. So yes, I love this app. It's called Canva. Like when it's all about marketing and you can create your own graphics and and just be as creative as you want to be on this app. And so I play around with that thing, and sometimes I can just spend there for hours. Oh, this is creative, this is fun, this is cool, I can do this. And there's so many things that you can do, from posting newsletters to making your own creative graphic to creating a flyer. It's just so much fun. And because I'm a creative, then this kind of helps me.
My favorite apps are the financial ones. I am blown away by the things you can do from your phone or your computer now. I actually bought a car from my phone, sitting on my couch at home.
Really?
Do all the research, get approved for financing. Everything happened from my phone. It was so easy.
I think this is kind of old school, but I love QR codes all over again. I think the pandemic, kind of accelerated our use of them again. You go into restaurants and, I didn't even look at menus anymore. A QR code on commercials on television. They put them up on anything and it will take you immediately to information. So, I've kind of been enjoying that again.
God, those are really cool things. I like listening to Audible, that app that does books. That you can listen to. You get to read biographies, autobiographies of people where you hear their voice, you hear them telling their own life stories, and that's so intimate to me. And I like to read, but I kind of got to a point in my life where, first of all, the print's too small, and second of all, I don't sit around that much to be able to read a book. You're on the go, you're in the car, you're at the store, whatever. Pop those little earbuds in and you can listen to the book anytime you want.
There is obviously so much to learn and leverage in the world of technology, and we're making it easy with our monthly lifelong learning focus in the Growing Bolder Digital Digest. You can sign up to become an insider today, and you will get your free monthly subscription just by going to growingbolder.com/signup.
The young people in the family were all using our smartphones, and my mom was largely left out of that conversation. So we started asking, why was that?
Welcome back to Growing Bolder headquarters as we celebrate the power of digital technology to improve the lives of people of all ages. And I recently caught up with a guy by the name of Scott Lean. He's a technology expert who co-founded, along with his son, a great company that's called GrandPad. GrandPad is a one-of-a-kind tablet that's designed by older adults for older adults to help leverage the many benefits of digital technology in a safe, effortless, and fun way. The idea actually came to Scott when he noticed a digital divide in his own family, and he decided to try and do something about it.
My son and I and my wife were all living in California a little over 8 years ago, and my mom, who was 80 at the time, living in the Midwest in Iowa. And what we saw is we were increasingly disconnected as we, the young people in the family, were all using our smartphones to call each other and text and email and share photos. And my mom was largely left out of that conversation. So we started asking, why was that? Standard technology, smartphones, tablets, computers, were mostly designed by 30-year-olds for 30-year-olds. And so we said, what if we design something explicitly for this awesome age group of super seniors, rather than trying to guess what it's like and come up with a product that a 90-year-old would not like? We said, let's just work with them. Let's let our grant advisors, who are all in their 80s and 90s, they really design the product, and we're just the hands that builds the product that they want.
What are the main features in this thing? What can someone who has a GrandPad do?
We call it the 3 C's: communication, content, and commerce. Communication, easy video calling, phone calling, and emailing. all protected, just that circle of care can communicate with you. So that means no scammers or spammers can get through. On the content, it's sharing of family photos and videos, it's music, it's AM/FM radio streaming, AM/FM radio stations, and all kinds of other great content like the Growing Boulder content is easily available at the push of a button. And then commerce. If people want to be able to go on to Amazon or Target or other e-commerce sites, those can be turned on and they can do that in a very simple, safe, and secure way as well. We really cover the things that people want to do, and I always say it's the 10 apps that people want, not the 10 million they don't care about and are going to get scammed on.
And I'm guessing, Scott, that it's not just the older 85 and 90-year-olds whose lifeline has become a grandpad, but their children and grandchildren who now really for the first time can truly engage with, can truly interact with their loved one.
Yeah, we hear it all the time that it brings families together and they're communicating more than ever, because now, rather than it being this cumbersome, like, oh, we got to set up and do a Zoom call and it's a hassle for everyone, what people do is they just don't do it. So that's first and foremost, is make it easy to communicate and make it enjoyable and create this walled garden that connects that circle of care but keeps the bad guys out. And when you do that, all kinds of amazing things start to happen. And you see that energy and kind of that spark come back into the whole family, but especially the seniors.
You can learn more at grandpad.net. Get one for yourself or your parent or loved one. This really is the gift that keeps on giving. Entertainment, information, education, social connection, and more, making the power of the internet accessible to just about anybody in a way that is simple, safe, and secure.
Welcome back to What's Next. Are you one of the 1 million followers on Growing Boulder social media? We are on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, YouTube. If not, you are missing out on the chance to interact with our active, engaged, and inspirational community. So every week we ask our followers to weigh in on a topic that we discuss right here on the show. And today we've been looking closely at technology and the ways that it can make a difference in the world ahead. But now I want to focus on our own futures. So this week we asked our community to describe your ideal future in 6 words. Malia says, no worries about health or money. Duke says, happy, healthy, adventurous, comfortable, passionate, purposeful. Anne says, living my best life with purpose. And how about Ava, who has one thing in mind for her future, responding, beach, 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 beach. I'm with you. All right, so let's go to Bill now. If you've thought about it a little bit, I'm going to ask you to write on your whiteboard, which I know you have there in front of you. Start us off. 6 words to describe your ideal future.
6 words, my future. How about get off my lawn, you punk? No, that's part of my future.
That's if you're growing older instead of growing bolder, see.
A little, maybe a little bit of both. They are kind of loud. And I put live long, laugh loud, love life. It's gratitude, you know, and man, there's so many great ones. I don't know why I went with the L's, but that's for me.
Mine is life with love, without fear, judgment, and racism. So I think of life that way because it's just so much love out there, so many people with so much love to give, but we're still filled with so much judgment and fear and racism. And if we could just do without all of that, it would be a better place.
That's great. No, well, now I want to change mine, Cecily, because I want to steal yours because it's really good. I put healthy and comfortable, surrounded by loves. And the reason I put loves because that includes family and friends. Since I only had 6 words, I had to kind of keep it in there.
Put it in there.
I love this exercise. It's a great conversation starter. We should do it in classrooms, at the dinner table. And, you know, when you get right down to it, life really, it's all about learning. And I think the last great task is learning how to grow older, to never stop growing. And the way we do that is to never stop growing bolder. You got to lean into life, folks. So close your eyes and imagine yourself at 60 or 80 or even 100. And now imagine more. So I'm going to leave you with my 6 words, Amy. You asked for them, and here they are. Close your eyes and imagine more. And we'll see you next time.